Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series announcer Dustin Jarrett shared that he's suffering from a mysterious illness and won't be at the North-South 100 this weekend. Roll this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. If you tuned in to the broadcast, at the beginning of the broadcast last night for the preliminary races, Ben Shelton shared an update saying our buddy Dustin Jarrett, he's a little bit under the weather. We don't know if we're going to get to see him this weekend. I think at another point during the broadcast, he said that they wished that Dustin Jarrett was there and that they should have him there attached to an IV so he would still be able to call, having a little fun and being a little bit lighthearted. And obviously missing their compatriot. But we did get a specific post from Jarrett over on Facebook explaining what exactly is happening, and he indicated he will not be at the North-South 100 this weekend at all. This is what he said: "Not the post I want to make, but I will not be able to attend the North-South 100 this weekend. A few days ago, I started not feeling well, and parts of my face and temple were sore, tender to touch, and slightly swollen. On Wednesday, I went to the doctor after having terrible cold chills and body aches. I began immediate medication for shingles, although the exact cause of the illness was unknown." He then continued saying, 24 hours later, the chills and body aches have improved a little, but the redness, swelling, and tenderness has gotten worse. I've been taken off the initial medication and prescribed an aggressive antibiotic. At this time, my illness is unknown. My primary care provider has set up an appointment with a second doctor for Friday morning. Depending on the current antibiotic and second opinion, a CT scan may be needed Friday afternoon. Best of luck to our awesome Flow Racing production team and my great friends James Essex and Ben Shelton on the call. Nothing hurts worse than not being there. So that is the update from Dustin Jarrett. Clearly suffering from some kind of mysterious illness. It appears that the original doctor thought it potentially could be shingles, but that does not seem to be the case anymore, as he was taken off that medication and then was prescribed an antibiotic, which to me indicates that it could be some kind of, or they believe that it's some kind of viral infection. But obviously, who knows exactly what he is suffering from at this point? The doctors clearly don't know, but definitely will be praying for him that he's able to get through this, that he's able to recover, that the doctors will be able to diagnose it and figure out what they need to do to treat it. I've kind of been in a similar situation where they had no idea what I was suffering from. Even after I was able to get out of the hospital and beat it, I had a follow-up and they still were unable to figure out what it was. It was just some kind, they just figured it was just some kind of viral infection and never really were able to diagnose it. So hopefully something similar happens. He's able to beat it. And even if they don't figure out what it is, but hopefully they can figure out what it is, and then they can obviously begin to treat it, and he's able to get back on the path to recovery, and he's back in that Flow Racing booth calling the races on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. I know I actually do enjoy his call alongside James Essex. I just love the camaraderie and the chemistry that all three of those guys have when they are together, whether he's in the pits and Shelton is in the booth, or whether Shelton is in the pits and he's in the booth. And even in some of those cases where you've got James Essex in the pits, I just love all of their camaraderie, the chemistry, how they call the races. It really, I think, elevates the series and makes it one of the best out there to watch. And it really kind of draws you in and makes it even more exciting, even though the product is just fantastic anyways to begin with. But definitely we'll be praying for Dustin Jarrett so he's back in the booth calling the races sooner rather than later. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.